Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? I'm going to make this video for you right now to tell you how to write a professional email. It's a skill that not a lot of people have, and it's one that needs to be learned. Over the years, the last 20 or so years of teaching or more, I've seen that there's some people that have a great amount of knowledge in this, and some people that don't. And it's a great tool. Takes a little time, but not much, because in the long run, it'll save you time because you'll get exactly what you need from your boss, from your teacher, from a colleague, from a coworker. Pardon me, I got a little cold. It's just so much better to do it this way. So this is something it's very interesting. These kind of skills are not really taught in school that much, and I just want to have an opportunity to talk about this. Make sure that you are formatting your email exactly like this when you email me. This might sound like I'm being a stickler, but in the long run, it's better for you guys than better for me. So I had a friend one time. She was awesome. Her name was Catherine, and Catherine worked as a hospital administrator, and she said that we always asked her, Catherine, how did you rise to the top so fast within your job? Pardon me. And she said, she says, I just live by 3 simple rules. And it's amazing how people don't do the small things. But she said, I showed up at work on time, which sometimes can be difficult. She goes, every time I showed up work on time, I dressed well or nicely, and I always had a smile on my face. She goes, regardless of anything else that happened, if you do those 3 things, it's impossible not to progress and have people value what you're doing. So it's an interesting thing, and so this hopefully will rub off on you guys from my classes and will give you some professional skills. So how to write a professional email checklist. Do this before you email me. If you don't do this, I'm going to get cranky, okay? That's not good. I don't like it, and I'm not going to be happy about it because I'm trying to teach you something, and I'd like to see that you've, A, watched my videos, and B, have learned. What a teacher wouldn't want to see that, right? So here we go. How to write a professional email checklist. First, you need to have a greeting or a citation. That seems pretty obvious, but you'd be surprised. A lot of times people will just launch in and say, when's the test due? Right? And you're like, well, what in the world? Like, it's just very abrupt, curt, kind of rude. Greetings, good morning, good afternoon, anything like that takes 2 seconds, and it's a much better way to get into what you're trying to say. So that never, if you think that's small-minded or ticky-tacky, yeah, try to not do that with your boss and see how that goes. And some bosses might not have a problem with it, but I guarantee they will actually like it, and it will reflect on you if you do it. That's for all of these. When you're emailing me, this is kind of endemic to this class. Make sure that you include your section number and your class number. So the class, now some of you guys freshmen know this, but the class number is obvious. That's like Sociology 01, Sociology 101, whatever the case may be. And the section number is the section of that class. So there's like 20 Sociology 101s or 01s happening. But what's your particular one? Well, we designate that by section number. So it could be like 2586 or something like that. So how do you find that? You find that on your schedule. Why is that good to do? Because it saves me time trying to figure out what class, first of all, what class you're in, and then secondly, what section of that class you're in, which is very valuable for me to know because I can look up your grades, your performance, whatever the case may be, okay? So it might seem ticky-tacky, but you're doing me a favor, which you want to always do with a boss or a teacher or whoever. Clear content. I cannot say this enough. Don't launch into big words or trying to impress or whatever, or just talk about a story that happened, or unless it's part of your whatever, it's germane to what you're trying to ask. Just get right into your questions. Say, hello, Professor Olson. Greetings, Professor Olson. Good morning, Professor Olson. This is Claudia. I'm in Sociology 01 or 101, section number 8692. I have a particular question about the quest logs, and then go right into your question. Be clear about what you are emailing me about, because sometimes I have to wade through a lot of narrative. It's like, what are you trying to ask? Which leads me to the next one. Be concise. Get to the point. Okay? No fluffy fluff. Okay? Just get right to the point. It's much, much nicer for somebody that you're working with to do that. Have a professional tone. You read it out loud to yourself. It's not casual conversation on the street, and sometimes, a lot of times, emails can get misconstrued for the tone. So word usage is important. Why would you want to be rude to me? I'm on your side. I'm totally on your side. So no reason to be rude to me. It's not going to get you anywhere. And it might make you go backwards. So don't do that. This isn't, junior high or high school where I have to be nice to you if you're not nice to me. That's not the case anymore in college. I will be professional back to you at all times, but that's not cool to be, not to have a professional tone. That's also a good exercise to learn for when you get older. Full words. You're not texting me, right? You're not trying to do something. You're trying to do something. Right? I mean, I'm not gonna, you're going to, right? So useful words. I know it's hard to do, especially because we're all text, and social media and all that stuff, but this is the professional world, and the reason we do it is not to be pedantic or fake or whatever. The reason is we want to be very clear about what we're saying. So, clarity with full English words is very much needed here. Professional sentence structure. Use your syntax, full sentences, as if you're writing a paper. I am your teacher. Part of this is learning how to write. I write for a living. And so if you're sloppy on that, it's not going to help me understand what you're trying to say without a period here or a comma here. And if you're English second language, have somebody read it. You're just going to have to take that next step. It seems like a pain, but in the long run, it will help you in the future. Okay, so I'm not going to let you slip through just saying, ridiculously fragmented, awkward sentence structures where I can't understand what's happening. Okay, a little, if no, hyperbole. Okay, so this is a big one. Don't, if you have a problem or there's something happening, you don't have to tell me that that the world is coming to an end so that I reply to you or something. Don't over dramatize what's happening. Be clear about what it is and don't withhold anything, but you don't need to overly be dramatic with me to get me to reply to you. I reply very, very well. I usually reply within a day during the weekday and by the next Monday, and sometimes on the weekends I'll reply. Okay? Students, good, bad, or ugly in my class, they've always said that I reply and get back to them really quickly. Okay, so, but if something's happening to me, be like an accident or something, I might not be able to get back. So I'm a person too. Things happen to me. So, yeah, you don't need to use hyperbole. Sign off. Just say sincerely, Florence Lopez. Okay, boom. That's all you need to do, right? Don't just leave it unsigned. You'd be surprised how many people think they're texting, and I know who it is. And the thing is, I can check your email, but sometimes I don't know what class it's in or what the full name is, and it's rude. It's just very rude. It's not, oh, garçon, come give me what I need. It's not like, when's the test due? Bang. Like, that's just not going to fly with a boss, and it's not going to fly with me either. You learn how to do this. You do this with your other teachers. A lot of them don't even talk to you about it, but if you do this with them, you'll be way, way better off. You'll get the responses you want usually, and you'll be looked at with high esteem from your teachers. Okay, so do this. Do it every time when you're contacting me. I'll put the checklist up there on the shell, and thanks much for listening to this, and thanks for emailing me in a polite, professional, and clear manner. I appreciate that big time as the semester goes on and I got a million students. Okay? Thank you.